On February 8, 2005, an app named Google Map launched in the internet. Its job was to show every road space and area seen around the world. A few years after the app was launched, it started showing areas of secrecy. Now let's get ready to take a look at some amazing areas. Google Earth and satellite imagery has revealed some strange things, from secret military bunkers in China to phantom islands to a mysterious pentagram in Kazakhstan. One swastika in Kazakhstan. Scientists discovered more than 50 geoglyphs across northern Kazakhstan in Central Asia, including this swastika-shaped design. Though the swastika symbol was created from timber, many of the geoglyphs were made of earthen mounds. The geoglyphs seem to date back 2,000 years. At the time, swastikas were not uncommon across Europe and Asia, and were not, of course, affiliated with any political beliefs. Two island in a lake. On an island in a lake on an island in Philippines. This Google Earth image is an eyeful and a mouthful, as it's an island in a lake on an island in a lake on an island. Yes, Google Earth captured this image showing a tiny island that resides inside a crater lake on an island called Volcano Island in a lake called Taal Lake on the Philippine island of Luzon. For years, apparently, this phenomenon was thought to be the largest of its kind spied by Google Earth. However, it turns out that AZAQ goes to a 4-acre spit of land in northern Canada where no human has likely stepped foot. 3. Wheel structures in AZAQ OASIS in Jordan. Google Earth has spied some old artistry etched into the surface of the planet, including wheel-shaped geometric structures that may date back some 8,500 years, making them older than Peru's geoglyphs called Nazca lines. Some of these spoke designs that dot Jordan's AZAQ oasis seem to be positioned in a way that aligns with sunrise on the winter solstice. A team of scientists with the Aerial Photographic Archive for Archaeology in the Middle East, APAME, have been investigating wheel structures, also called works of the old men, with satellite imagery available through Google Earth. The wheels vary in their design, with some showing spokes that radiate from the center, others with just 1 or 2 bars rather than spokes, and still others not circular at all, and instead shaped like squares, rectangles, or triangles, the researchers have found. The wheels seen in this image are in the AZAQ oasis and have spokes with a southeast-northwest orientation, possibly aligning with the winter solstice sunrise. 4 bull's eye and wheel structures in Saudi Arabia. One type of these wheels in the Middle East looks like a bull's eye, with 3 triangles pointing toward the eye and small piles of stones leading from the triangles toward the bull's eye wheel. David Kennedy of the University of Western Australia, who co-directs the project, calls it a central bullseye tomb with, in this case, 3 triangles each with at least a part of a connecting line of stone heaps running to the center. 5. UNEXCAVATED pyramid in Egypt. This image from Google Earth shows an anomaly that some believe could be an unexcavated pyramid. Dozens of anomalies in Egypt have been detected using Google Earth in the past 5 years. However, there is a debate as to whether they represent natural features or artificial structures. More excavations are needed, but the security and economic situation in Egypt has limited the number and size of excavations. 6. Phantom Sandy Island near New Caledonia. In 2012, a group of Australian researchers undiscovered an island the size of Manhattan in the South Pacific. A mysterious place called Sandy Island had popped up on maps northwest of New Caledonia. It even showed up as a black polygon on Google Earth. But when scientists sailed there in November 2012, they found open water instead of solid ground. In an obituary for the island published in April 2013, the researchers explained why the phantom landmass had been included on some maps for more than a century, pointing to some human errors and a possible pumice raft. 7. Pentagram in Kazakhstan. On the wind-blown steppes of Central Asia, in an isolated corner of Kazakhstan, there's a large pentagram measuring roughly 200 feet 366 meters in diameter, etched into Earth's surface. The five-pointed star, surrounded by a circle, located on the southern shore of the Upper Tobol Reservoir, shows up vividly on Google Maps, the online version of the more detailed Google Earth. Many online comments link the site with devil worship, nefarious religious sects, or denizens of the underworld. Instead, the pentagram turns out to be the outline of a park made in the form of a star. The star is marked by roadways that are now lined with trees, making the star shape even more distinct in aerial photos. 8. Spiral art installation, Desert Breath in Egypt. A spiral portal to an alternate universe, maybe an alien message, or an ancient monument to a supernatural being? This giant spiral design in the desolate Egyptian desert, not far from the shores of the Red Sea, is an art installation called Desert Breath. In March 2007, Dani Stratou, Alexandra Stratou, and Stella Constantinides created the 1 million square foot, 100,000 square meters artwork meant to celebrate the desert as a state of mind, a landscape of the mind, the artists say on their website. 9. Aerial view of elephants in Chad. Thought you might never get to see a herd of African elephants in the wild? Luckily, satellites captured a few high-resolution images of a herd on the move in Chad at coordinates. 10. Blood Lake, outside Sadr City, Iraq. If you search on Google Earth, outside Sadr City in Iraq, at coordinates 33.396157 deg N, 44.4869226 deg E, lies a blood-red lake. There is as yet no official explanation for the color of this strange body of water. If you want to see the pictures taken before the terrible things happen, click on the video on the screen and let's find it in that video.